welcome to Soar America. Eric, our pilot, has challenged himself to fly all the way across the country from the west coast to the east coast in his sailplane in a series of connected flights. His wife Julie and I are working as his crew. Join us as we soar, drive, and camp across America. After Eric landed in Olney, Texas, we could tell from the weather that it was going to be several more days before we would be able to fly. Olney had a nice RV park. We had a good stay there, but it's a small town and doesn't have the grocery stores and things that we were needing. So we decided to just drive an hour away and find an RV park in Wichita Falls, Texas. So we went to the Wichita Falls RV Park, which was really nice, a little bit quirky. Had a cute little dog park. Had some neat murals around, and the town is definitely big enough to give us all of the services that we would need. The RV park has laundry, and so it's a good place for us to stay since we're going to be several days before we get to fly again. Julie and I are out for a run today. We were so excited to see that this circle trail goes right behind our RV park. So this is a trail that's like 23 miles long, and once they get the final section put together, it will go all the way around the city of Wichita Falls. So really neat place to run, and we are so excited that it is just right beside our park. We don't even have to drive to get to the trail. We now have a river running through our RV park. We have had so much rain today. Definitely not a good flying day. Doing a long run on the circle trail today, and this sun is killing me. It was rainy yesterday, so I think the sun is making up for it today. It is hot and sticky, and I have a little less than 5 miles to go, going for 10. It's a really nice trail. Julie and I decided to go the opposite way today, so we ran on the road a little bit to get to Lucy Park, and now we're running away from our RV park. The trail hasn't been completed between the RV park and Lucy Park, so couldn't go straight from the RV park. But it's really nice, really pretty, and it's only been about this last mile and a half that's very much in the sun. Most of the trail has been shaded, which I really appreciate, and I'm glad there's a little bit of a breeze today. But the run feels good, especially after sitting a lot yesterday. The original falls on the big Wichita River, for which the city was named. A lady in the office at the RV park told us the story of the falls here in Wichita Falls. I think it was that they set up a dam and that stopped the original falls. So they did a recreation of the falls, which is really pretty, but they have to turn it on. They have to turn on the water, and it's not on right now. So we can't really see the full water feature, but the stonework is beautiful. There are a few things about the second part of this trip that are different than the first. One obvious difference is that Tim isn't here. So we're down to 3 members of the team instead of 4. So that changes things up a little bit. Julie and I are picking up some of the things that he used to do, and it means that Julie is not able to be a dedicated navigator because she's having to drive one of the vans. So that changes things up for us a little bit. The second thing that's different is that it's a lot hotter. The temperatures have gone up. We're now end of June, heading into July, and we're dealing with some days in the hundreds, over 100 degrees. So we're having to do things like, to keep the dogs cool in the van while we're at the airport, I'll run the generator so that I can run the air conditioner. So changing things up a little bit with that. The third thing that's different is that we are launching later now. And this has to do with us being on the west side of the central time zone. Eric likes to launch right around solar noon, which is when the sun is at the highest point in the sky. And here on the west side of the central time zone right now, that tends to be around 2 or 2:30 in the afternoon. So we're getting a later start, which means we're typically getting landed later too. As we travel east, that will change, and we'll be launching more toward 12 or 12:30, which is what we did at the beginning of the trip. So just a few things that are different this time around. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time as we continue to Soar America.